Hey guys, so today I want to talk to you about something really important when it comes to the law of assumption, when it comes to making this be your whole life, your way of being, and it's about quibbles, judgments, secondary causes, having these limiting beliefs and these assumptions and these rules and conditions that are being added that you think are going to bring something to you, make you feel better, or whatever it may be. Neville talked about quibbles. Neville talked about these things throughout his lectures and books and various lessons while he was here. And his teacher, Abdullah, said to him, Neville, you have quibbles. Neville had restrictive diet. He had this whole thing with his eating habits and drinking, and basically these judgments, these quibbles, these secondary causes were, limiting his growth and blocking his blessings in some ways until he understood. But Neville did admit that he wasn't perfect. None of us are perfect. We're all human and divine, and this is a journey of ongoing learning and exploration and discovery. So notice when you have these quibbles, these rules and limiting beliefs and things you're adding in that you don't need to add in. The state will drive you towards everything. And if you notice there's things that are built into your states, you can change those too. And remember that everything that you're experiencing is all built into your self-concept, what you believe about yourself, others, and the world. And everything will show up accordingly to that. And again, that can change too. So I had an epiphany when I started noticing some things lately where I was judging people for doing things like drinking energy drinks and vaping or smoking cigarettes. And I feel I was criticizing their choices and making it mean that they're making poor choices, that it's unhealthy, that it's going to cause things that aren't great. My grandpa died from throat cancer and he was a smoker. So now I have some revisions to do around that. I was making these behaviors mean something unloving or bad for them or negative. But what I didn't realize is that by holding on to these judgments, I was creating barriers for myself too. I was focusing on the wrong assumptions, which were shaping my reality. And by holding on to these judgments, I was reinforcing beliefs that were truly not aligned with my true desires. It wasn't just about judging others and what they're doing. It was about where I was directing my energy, my attention, my focus. The energy spent judging others for what they were doing is energy and focus that could have been put towards manifesting the life I want, my real desires, imagining lovingly, and not judging instead. So Neville said throughout his teachings things about how the gift you send is the gift you receive. That's my interpretation of it. And that's to simplify. So basically, when I'm imagining something negative for other people, like assuming that vaping causes cancer, or that energy drinks harms the liver or the kidneys, we are in a way sending that energy out into this universe. But here's the key: the universe and your higher self, it's all within you. It's not out there, it's all within you. So what I put out can essentially come back to me, and what I send out is received, but the person may not agree with what I'm sending them, and then it gets sent back to me. So then I have that experience. So it's important to make those beliefs, those assumptions, those gifts that you're sending, make them lovely and of good rapport. And notice when you're judging and you have these quibbles, and stop and clean it up. It doesn't have to stay that way. And give yourself love and celebrate and noticing. So if I imagine that someone's behavior is going to lead to harm, I'm not just sending that judgment to them, I'm also creating a reality for myself where those negative assumptions could possibly come back and bite me in the ass. So by focusing on these judgments, I'm reinforcing a reality where I could create more negative reactivity instead of the things I truly want for myself and for the world. I don't want anyone to experience that. Maybe you think that vaping is good for you and it comes from a state and you're proud of that. And maybe it's a progression to not vaping at all. Either way, I want to be happy for you and not add those meanings to it because of the experiences I've been around in my life, which can also be changed as well, because memory is imagination and you can revise. So the law of assumption teaches us that nothing is inherently bad. It's all about the assumptions we make, the meanings we are adding. So if we're labeling something as harmful or negative, we are focusing our energy on those outcomes, which then becomes part of our reality. So choosing to release those judgments, those quibbles, will free us up to focus on what we really want rather than what we fear or assume is bad. So the more we let go of limiting beliefs, the more we will open ourselves to receiving the best of what life has to offer. So today, I encourage you to reflect on any of your own judgments, quibbles, and secondary causes that you may be holding on to. Are they blocking your growth? Release them. Let them go. The more we stop quibbling and start assuming the best, the highest and the best, the more we open ourselves up to the loving, positive reality that we desire. Thanks for watching this video. Please hit that like button, subscribe, and comment below. Share your thoughts, share your feelings, or your own experiences. And I also want to add that I have a lot of other videos where I talk about this in different ways, where, when I had so many conditions on my desires before where I was restricting foods and I was cutting out things. I was exercising a lot. I was obsessed with the scale and I dropped it all. And now I feel better than ever. And I just keep on doing my thing. And so can you. Bye, guys.